Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a new Cardfight Vanguard video for you guys today. First off, ignore my appearance, just got out the shower. But today, we're talking about Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria. So her cards are now in Cardfight area, and now we have all of her support for set 7. And I'm going to talk about her support, talk to you guys about the build, and then we're going to go jump into a game, as I always do. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's jump in, check it out. So first off, we'll talk about Artisaria's support and why we're running just about none of it. Anyway, onto our ride line. So first off, we got Heat Up Octaver Prota. I hope I said that right. That's our basic starter, but we need to run her for the grade 1 skill. Dynamic Exciter Hysteria. Auto when this unit is placed by riding from Heap Up Octaver Porta, a grade 0. Reveal a grade 3 with Artisaria's card name from your ride deck. Search your deck for up to 1 sound system card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Grade 2, literally the exact same effect. This is about it actually being a typo because it actually says the grade 0's name, but it's supposed to, if you look at the card, you can actually see where it says Dynamic Exciter, so it's supposed to be the grade 1. But it basically, you reveal the grade 3 again, search another sound system. And then we've got Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria herself. Continuous Vanguard. During your turn, if your order zone has 2 or more sound systems, this unit gets crit +1. Okay, now we like crit pressure. Act Vanguard. Once per turn, Energy Blast 2. Choose a sound system card from your hand or drop and put it into your order zone. If you put a card from your hand, draw a card. Auto Vanguard. Once per turn, when this unit attacks, counterblast 1. Call up to 1 Shadow Army token to the rear guard for each sound system in your order zone. All your former units get plus 5,000 power until end of turn for every 2 sound systems in your order zone. Now, at first glance, card seems okay. You get to place that orders from the drop or the hand and draw or place the cards you play from hand. Calls out Shadow Army tokens for extra attacks, and the more the more you have, the bigger your columns get, the more you can call out. Not bad, but let's see what her support looks like. So we got Spicto Step Leona. If your Ozone has a sound system card, 5k power, 5k shield. Okay. We have that in like every nation. Trailing Notes Reverbera. Supposed to be like reverb. During your turn, if your order zone has a sound system card, this unit gets 5,000 power. Easy. I also like Dex and can also be a 30k attacker. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your order zone has a sound system, put this unit into soul, choose one of your rear guards, return it to hand. It's lyrical, bouncing rear guards to hand is kind of built into the deck, and it gives you soul. Devilish Flanger Lufer. When this unit is placed on rearguard or put on Guardian Circle, if your order zone has a sound system card, this unit gets 5,000 power and 5,000 shield until end of turn. Auto, when this unit is returned to hand from the rearguard during your turn or retired from rearguard during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Artisaria's card name, counterblast 1 and draw a card. And lastly, oh wait, we have our sound systems too. Haha. We'll talk about the rearguard first, and then we'll jump into the sound systems. Sing to the Sky, Rakarora, Roe. Name. Auto rearguard with this unit attacks. This unit gets 5,000 power for each, until end of battle, for each sound system in your order zone. Okay. When this unit is returned to the hand from the rearguard or during your turn, or retired from rearguard during your turn, if you have a Vanguard Artisaria's card name, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units, gets 5,000 power till end of turn. And then we have our 2 orders. We have Mega Romania. This is a sound system set order. This card cannot be played and it cannot be put into the order zone other than by the ability of a unit with Artisaria in its card name. Basically, you can't do anything with this order from hand or in any other deck. When this card is put into your order zone, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. Yes, lock. We've talked about it in my episode review. It's been all over the Vanguard, every Vanguard group. That lock is now officially back in the game. Real lock. For anybody that doesn't know what lock does, basically your opponent chooses one of your rear guards and turns it face down, and you basically cannot use that rear guard circle until the end of your following turn. The card that's face down cannot be moved, cannot be called over, cannot intercept, cannot attack. It just literally locks the zone, and you even lose out on a whole column worth of attack. Second, we have Shout and Shadow. Same restriction, cannot be played and cannot be put into the order zone other than by the ability of a unit with Artisaria in its card name. Auto, when this unit is put into your order zone, draw a card and call up to 1 Shadow Army token to the rear guard. So the reason we even have this one is because Mega Romania only works if your opponent is grade 3. So it really only works on your grade 3 ride if you go second. Otherwise, you don't get to use this until turn 4. Now, let's talk about the support and why I do not like it. First off, grade 1s. Plus 5k power, plus 5k shield. It's lyrical. There are so many better grade 1s in lyrical than just a passive 5k power, 5k shield. Like Yukia gains 5k for calling in front of it, so it's gonna have plus 5k power. Even if, as soon as we get to grade 3, this one does need a sound system, which is gonna happen at grade 3, but this also can bounce back a unit. We are playing Reverbera. It does gain 5k power just for having a sound system, so grade 3 and above. And then being able to put its soul to return a unit to hand lets us get our units back for on-play skills. And it gives us soul, because while this deck doesn't use a whole lot of soul, this build that we came up with kind of does. Grade 2, Lufer. Why this is a non-place, I don't know, but it is. One place gains 5k power, 5k shield if you have a sound system. Why? I don't know why they didn't just make it continuous, but it is what it is. Second skill, if it gets returned to hand, you kind of bless one and draw a card. This deck has no counter charge. So the only card right now in my current build that counterblasts is Artisaria herself or Persia if we want to use her. Both of those cards are obviously better than Lufer. It's not worth the counterblast for a draw when there's no way to recover that resource, because then you can easily get damage denied. And lastly, this one is more arguable, Rakorea, because it gains 5k for every sound system, so every turn it's going to be 5k bigger, but it's not really a threat until turn 4. And if it gets returned to hand or called over, you can Soul Blast 1 to give something 5k. That effect is god-awful. God-awful. This deck is a slow burn, and while it sounds good giving 1 unit 5k for a Soul Blast 1, it's just, there's so many better things we could be running. But let's talk about our actual build. So first off, we have our ride line. We already talked about the ride line. We have 4 copies of Artisaria because we need Persona Ride. Now, we decided to try something weird on stream, and you know what? It kind of worked. We went with 4 critical, 7 fronts. Because, again, this is a little bit of a slower deck, so we want the extra defense. That's why we were playing the 30k, the 20k shield fronts. And we also wanted to gain a little bit of soul, because this build does use soul quite frequently. We went with red OT, though this might be one of the few decks where I said lyrical OT would be absolutely fine. But the reason I liked red OT is because this deck automatically calls out a front row. Well, not necessarily a front row, but at least 1 extra attack. So you're always going to have the standing rigor to give red OT for. But I could definitely see an argument for the lyrical OT or the purple OT, because purple, you know, you're trying to survive, though you're going to calling over your units. It gets a little weird with the purple one. But I am going with red. Elementary Sanctitude, grade 3 deck. Yukio is one of the best generic lyrical cards in the game. Once per turn, when your other unit is placed in the same column as it, if your opponent's at grade 3, she gains 5k, so you don't even do anything. And then at the end of the battle, that boosted to rear guard, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your boosted rear guards, return it to hand. That's not grade locked. You can do that as early as you want. And we don't really use soul for it. We only have 2 cards that use Soul Blast, and our goal is to abuse Yukia and that other card. We are playing 1 copy of Rainbow Jewel Beast. I'm gonna butcher this name, Operias. What it does is, when it's placed on rear guard or guardian circle, you put 2 cards from your soul or drop that were in your ride deck into your ride deck face up. It either becomes another 20k shield, or you choose a card with the same name as your Vanguard from your soul or drop, put it into your hand so you can get back Persona Ride. Like I said, Reverbera is the one card of her support we're playing because it's soul support and it's a big booster slash beater. We're playing 4 Energy Blast Cyclers because while we do Energy Blast 2 to use her skill, we're going to get 3 energy back at the beginning of every turn. And that means our turn 1, our turn 2, we can use our energy going second. Turn 2, we can use our energy going second. And it's going to build up over time where we can use it. And if we have to, we can also counterblast. And for anybody that doesn't know what this does, When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle from hand or discard from hand while riding, you can counterblast one or energy blast through the draw card. And then when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you persona roll this turn, counterblast one or energy blast, so you choose one of your units until end of turn. It gets 5,000 power. And if you chose a rearguard, return that unit to your hand from rearguard at the end of turn. So more bouncing. Now, the Franchette, we only get to use half of Franchette's skill because obviously she's supposed to be a Chris Rain support card, but she's just free and she's good. When this unit attacks, choose any number of your units. If you chose 3 or more units, not just rearguards, and all your chosen units have different names, this unit gets 5,000 power until end of turn. If you chose 4 or more units, and all the chosen units have different names, at the end of the turn, choose up to one of your other rearguards, return it to hand. So she gets a free 5k, not grade blocked. And if you have 4 units with different names, she gets to bounce back a rearguard too, which again, you want to be able to bounce because you want to make room for your Shadow Army tokens without having to just lose dudes. This one I decided to try. This one was actually a recommendation from chat, and you know what? It's kind of fun. 7 Hughes Bridge Luciel. So this is one of our new Persona Shield cards. When this card is placed on rearguard from your hand, other than by a unit's card ability, or discard from hand while riding from the ride deck, choose a card with Persona Ride from your ride deck. You may reveal it. If you revealed a card or have a Vanguard with Persona Ride, Soul Blast 1, and put a Persona Shield ticket into your hand. So what a Persona Shield ticket is, it's basically a free 10k guard. You can't use it for cost or discard or anything like that. You have to use it just for guarding. Auto rearguard, when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, this unit gets 5,000 power to end of that battle. It's super straightforward, but it combos really well with all the bouncing and Yukia, because you're going to bounce it back to hand, call it again, get another free 10k shield. So this helps you not only maintain hand advantage, but maintain defense to be able to get into the late game. And then of course, we have our 2 orders. Now, the reason we went with 3 and 3 is for a little bit of versatility. I could argue that we want to run 4 of either one. The problem with Mega Romania is you need your point to be at grade 3. So ideally you want to go second to be able to use it right away. But a lot of decks have ways to remove their front row, and that can be a problem, especially in the current meta, like with Varga Dragras and other decks that can get 4 attacks. But if you decide to forego Mega Romania, you want to be able to play Shout and Shadow, which gets you a free dude and a draw. What's also cool about this is if you use it from a hand with Artisaria skill, you basically get to get a Shadow Army token and draw 2. So that's pretty nice. We went with 3 and 3 because, like I said, a lot of times your opponent's not going to play a front row, so you're going to want to play Shout and Shadow because you still want to get the set orders. But in the case that they do, Mega Romania will just lock them down, and you want to be able to abuse that too. So 3 and 3 seems like a good balance. All right, guys, that's the deck. Now let's go jump into a game. All right, guys, we got a game when we're going first. Now we're gonna send back our orders. We're gonna keep you, and we're gonna send you back. I could probably keep this because I can use it. I mean, I might be able to use it in the early game. We'll see. So, bung, bung, bung. Starting hand is kind of mid. But let's see how it goes. We're up against... No way we're up against Blaster, are we? All right, we're going to discard Mega Romania because we can play it from the drop. We're going to ride. Skill. We're going to grab Shout and Shadow, so that we can use it right away. Apparently this is our opponent's first time against this deck. Wow, it really is Blaster. Holy shit. So now they're using the Persona Shield ticket. That Persona Shield we talked about. There's the ticket right there. Choose a unit with being attacked. It gets 10,000 power until the end of that battle. You can play up to 2 Blitz orders until the end of turn. If your opponent has a crest that has, other than an energy generator, it gets an additional 5k shield. During your turn, when you would discard a card while riding from the ride deck, choose a card from your hand. Basically it's saying you can't discard it for any costs. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked or boosted, put a soul check top 7 for a blaster. Got it. Okay, Majesty Lord. No guard here. Okay. We're going to draw. We're going to drop Persia. We're going to ride. Skill. We're going to search. I mean, it don't really matter which one we grab. I guess we'll grab another Shout and Shadow. No, I lied. It does matter. We're gonna grab Mega Romania. Because especially since this deck does play a rear guard, it's going to play a rear guard turn 3. Turn 4, we're gonna make sure we lock them down, and we gotta keep them locked for the rest of the game. And then we get to Energy Blast 3, draw an extra card. Yukia is great right now because we're gonna go main phase. We're gonna call Yukia, call you, go to battle phase. We're going to swing. That's fine. Skill, Soul Blast 1, return to hand, and swing. Drive check, critical. Give me that 2 damage. Now, thankfully, because of the way we built the deck, we don't really need much counterblast either. We just need the 1 for the Vanguard skill. But our hand is not great. I do not like it. Oh shit, he's gonna retire Yukia. I forgot that Blaster Blade does that. Oops. Misplay. He's trying to be really aggressive, which, I mean, I can see why, but it's not really gonna work against Artisaria. We'll take 1. We'll guard the Vanguard. Move to Soul. We'll take the 1. I guess I should have took both. All right, let's go. Now we're going to discard another Mega Romania. We're going to ride. Now, this is one of the reasons I like Artisaria, because she can carry the deck by herself. She doesn't need any specific rear guards. Like, worst case scenario, I'm going to be able to call a Shadow Army token and get another attack. But we're going to use her skill now. 1, 2. We're going to play Shout and Shadow. So we get to draw, and we get to draw a card because we play from hand, and then Shout and Shadow draws us a card and gets us a Shadow Army token. Boop. Ooh, we can do that. All right, so we're gonna call you, and you. We're gonna go battle phase. Oh, that gains 5k power. That gains 5k power because we have one of these now. We're gonna go swing to the Vanguard. I'm assuming they're gonna take the 26. Double intercepts. All right, works for me. Skill, we're gonna Soul Blast 1. We're gonna bounce the hand. We're gonna go swing, skill, Counter Blast 1, get a Shadow Army token. Now remember, we're playing 7 fronts, so that's why I could have called to make a bigger column, but we're going for 4 attacks and we're playing 7 fronts. So first check, there's a front trigger. Second check. All right, they got a damage trigger, skill to the soul. Bounce to hand. 25. And 25. Ooh, all the way to 5 already. I don't know what's gonna happen next turn. Next turn, we get to lock them down. We get extra critical on our Vanguard, and our farm's gonna have an additional 5k when we call out the Shadow Army tokens. I know that Majesty Lord gets a big defensive buff as well, especially if he has Blaster Blade the Vanguard, which I'm pretty sure he does. All right, nice checking top 7 for another blaster. Ooh, does he not have Blaster Blade? Wait, he has one on the soul. No, he soul blasted it. Ooh. You might have got greedy there, sir. I mean, no, he just loses a retire. Nope, he did in fact misplay. he attacked with the rigor just to move this to soul, and he gets drive +1. We'll guard. He has triple drive, but that's 2 to pass. That's fine by me, and then this goes to soul. All right, Blasted Blade the Vanguard. He gets 1 drive check. He's at 5 already. I could take 1. Ooh, I did not like that heal though. Maybe I should have guarded it. All right, we're gonna go 33, 48. This is gonna go to soul. All right, easy. Now we're going to Persona Rod, main phase. Right, this makes it so he gains an extra 5. He becomes base 15k, 18k, sorry. So let us see what we are going to do here. So we have these now. We're going to call, skill, Soul Blast 1, get our shield ticket. We're going to call, skill, Soul Blast 1, get our shield ticket. Whoops. Then we're going to go skill, Energy Blast 2. Going to play Megaromania. And then skill, luck. He should have played in a way to get rid of his front row so that way he couldn't get locked down, but now he's locked. And we'll maintain that lock for the rest of the game. So now these gain 5k when attacking a grade 3. We got 15k boosters. I'm actually going to go like this. Because he's an 18k, we want to be able to push a little more. And he's at 4 damage. Him getting a damage trigger does hurt a lot. Now let me think, because I'm gonna call them out as 20ks. I would need a trigger for either of them to hit, so I think I'm just gonna call it a column. Skill. We get 2 tokens this time. Now normally we would go for 5 attacks, but because of the fact that he's sitting at 20k. Oh wait, no, we got Persona Rod. What am I saying? I'm dumb. Hold on, because we had our token over here. That was dumb of me. I forgot we Persona Road. Twin Drive. First check. Second check. GG. Weird that he didn't guard with all those cards in hand and sitting on a 28k base Vanguard. So yeah, that was about to be a misplay on my part, with the fact that I thought they were going to be 20ks, but they're actually 30ks because I forgot about Persona right this turn. All right, guys, that was our first look at Artisaria. Like I said, we built this deck on stream. It was kind of our first draft, so we haven't really tweaked it yet. I do like the extra fronts, as the deck doesn't gain a whole lot of power on its own, and it helps maintain defense, pressure, resources. Like, it was surprising how well the extra fronts worked. We do the extra Soul Blast helps with all the Soul Blast costs that we want to abuse to be able to maintain hand advantage. I kind of think this deck prefers to go second so you can get that lock right away, but there are some decks that just go first and blow you out, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, drop a like. If you guys want to check me out on social media, those links are down below. If you guys want to see me play some Cardfight Vanguard live, I know my schedule was Tuesdays, but right now my real job work schedule is a little weird. So next Wednesday will be noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing some more Cardfight Vanguard, and I would love to have you guys. We're also starting to dip into Deer Days, so you guys will see some of that too. That is it from me, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.